I wanted to start off by reading a quote from Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. This is a book that I've read over 10 years ago now, and there's a specific quote from the book in which I still think back to from time to time because I find it to be so profound. My name is John, I'm a psychiatrist, and in my channel I discuss topics related to purpose, meaning, and connection. So I'm going to read this quote on page 16 here. It reads, "Don't aim at success. The more you aim at it and make it a target, the more you're going to miss it. For success, like happiness, cannot be pursued. It must ensue, and it only does so as the unintended side effect of one's personal dedication to a cause greater than oneself, or as the byproduct of one's surrender to a person other than oneself. Happiness must happen, and the same holds for success. You have to let it happen by not caring about it." When I read this passage for the first time, it really struck a chord in me because up until that point and even beyond, I was chasing after success and happiness. And I found that the more I chased after it, the more it ran away from me and became very evasive. In this video, I'll explain why we tend to chase happiness and success. A lot of people chase success because they are attempting to fill this void or this unmet need that they had as a child. We often chase success because we believe that if we are significant enough, then people will love us. But if you've ever been successful at anything, you've probably realized that people don't actually love you more after your success. They just value you more because of what you're able to provide for them. The people that love you would have already loved you regardless of your successes or not. I know for me, I pushed myself through the grueling process of medical school and became a doctor because I believed that becoming significant and successful will draw people to me and give me the attention that I've always been after. I wanted to prove to myself and others that I was worthy of love. But at the end, after I obtained my degree, I realized that people didn't really behave all that differently. They might just have a little bit more respect towards me. I remember a lot of my classmates in medical school also going to medical school for this reason, to try to prove to others that they were worthy as well. And so it's not uncommon to see that. The next point I want to talk about is that people often chase success, especially in Western society, because it's simply our culture or our way of life. And because we're very social and conforming creatures, we tend to do what everyone else is doing. An example I can think of is everyone is trying to start their own business these days. Heck, I feel like I'm trying to start my own business and this YouTube channel. And I feel like that is due to our culture and the influence around us and the people we see, the media we consume, and beyond. Because being successful, having material goods or various degrees is so valued in our society, people tend to do it for a need of approval and feel like they don't belong if they're not in possession of these things. And lastly, I think that one of the reasons why people tend to chase after success is due to our innate selfishness and greed. Human beings are the most dominant species on Earth, and in addition to humans being very intellectual, we're also very selfish. Our primal hunter-gatherer minds has not evolved to the point of knowing that we have all of our primary needs met in modern day society. And as a result of this, our mind continues to tell us that we need more just in case we run out of resources. This is despite the fact that people in the 21st century are more fed, housed, and comfortable than ever before. So why does chasing success not lead to happiness? I think that one of the main reasons is that you can't satisfy the mind because it will always want more. For example, eating a certain meal to satisfy a craving will only satisfy it for a few hours. When you get hungry again, you're gonna want something else because the mind tells you you need to eat. Sleeping 8 to 9 hours a day will only keep you awake for the next day or so. The truth of the matter is you can never have enough, and even after you've achieved something, you accomplished something, the mind will always want more. So even after you've unlocked a certain achievement and have become successful, the mind will always want more and ask for you to continue going. The next thing is that chasing after success causes someone to be in the future and it takes them away from the present moment. Just think about it. The future will always be in the future. You will never experience it in the now. The only way to experience the now is to be here. And peace and happiness is found in the now. It's also very hard to appreciate what you have if you're always seeking for more. And by definition, if you were already satisfied and grateful for what you had, you would not be seeking more. So if chasing success does not lead to happiness, what does? As Viktor Frankl said, the only way to find happiness is to devote yourself to something that is greater to yourself. One thing that you will always have control over is the here and now and what you choose to do. And you can always choose to love people and connect with people and care for people in the here and now. For example, you can pick up the phone, you can call a family member or a friend you haven't spoken to a while. You can check up on that person and ask them how they're doing. Express your love and gratitude to them. You may do a good deed for someone, donate money to charity, or give a homeless man a meal. You might do something nice for a colleague at work or compliment the cashier at the grocery store. When you're able to love and care for people without expecting anything in return, you will be able to experience this sense of warmth and happiness inside of your heart as a side effect of your devotion to others. Some people love someone or something so much that they are able to even transcend their fear of death in the face of this. For example, there are parents that are willing to take a bullet for their children, or there are people that are so patriotic about their country that they're willing to go to war for them. Another thing that will help you find happiness is to not have any resentment towards others. I think it's important to know that there is no such thing as a bad person. There are only people that were exposed to certain things in their environment and their upbringing that has produced bad behaviors in them. I think it's important for people to learn grace, and an example of this is having the courage to be the first person to lay down one's sword in an argument or a fight. This isn't to say that you shouldn't have boundaries or practice effective communication, but if you are able to show empathy and compassion for others, you'll often find that they will return the favor. And the last point I want to highlight is that we are all connected. The water that you drink is gathered from the earth's streams, and the food that you eat is harvested from the earth's soil. The air that you breathe has likely been shared by another person or animal, and the makeup of your body was created from the universe's matter. We are also all interconnected spiritually, and we are not separate entities. For example, you hurting someone is the same thing as you hurting yourself. But if you choose to love someone, that is the greatest form of self-love there is. So in conclusion, don't choose to chase success. Choose to love others and devote yourself to service, and you will be successful and great as a result of it. I hope you learned a few things from this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.